Okay. I think I'm good to start. Unsure. But we will see. Moving over to here. Hello, hello to everyone that pops in or is here now. I hope you all are enjoying yourself this evening. Yeah, I'm just going to get straight into it. I am going to continue painting up these knights. This second one that I've done, I am much more a fan of the color than I am of the red and green one. But I think that's just because I like blue and I like the brightness of the yellow. But I think these two will work perfectly for my upcoming games. So, I have gone through and I have added silver metallic to both of these and definitely went through and painted. I could, or probably should, add more layers of yellow to this guy, but I am going to move over to the trim. I think both these guys need that done. And then, obviously, I got some extra things here and there, but yeah. And if I get bored of all this, I can build some Sisters of Battle. Because I still gotta do that. I do regret this being kind of here now. But that is fine. I should add some color to the weapons. But will I? Later. Later I will. Oh, what am I thinking? Do I want to do gold? I do like the gold, and I think it will work. But they're both very bright colors to begin with. I feel like I need something dark to offset it, is what I'm thinking. Almost tempted to do black as a whole trim. Black could work. It could work. It would help in drawing your eyes to the color, because that's the stuff that pops. But what do I have? And this is the only... That's a dark blue there. Especially I want to use a metallic because it's shiny. I don't know if it'll work. That'd be weird if that worked, but that could. It's going well, Andrew. It's going well. I'm just trying to figure out what colors I want to use on these knights for the trim and all that. I'm like just looking through my collection of... Yeah, just looking through my collection of colors. Trying to figure out what would work for Mr. Bright and Shiny here. Definitely not copper. As much as I would love to use that color, that is not going to work. I feel like black is the one that I'm going to have to go with. As much as I love a metallic. I think this guy is definitely going to get a metallic. I'm thinking he's going to get a gold. His body's already got a bunch of silver on it, and I'd rather use that. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta do some more yellow base coating on this guy. A few more layers on all of his bits, and I should have the lower one done. I think if I will do this yellow and scheme again with a few other ones, but I'm going to probably airbrush. Thank you. I gotta do some more fixing here and there, but I'm happy with it. I think I'm going to airbrush the yellow on in the future, so I know it's a full consistency, and the blue covers pretty easily. So, I hope you're doing well this evening, man. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Good beginning of it and all. I'd say mine's doing well. Got done having a 4-hour game of Warhammer, I think. It was long. What's up, Eternal? Hope you're doing well this evening. You're gonna take this one and I think this will work. Yeah. I know some people said silver, but I feel like the green and red are just so dark in color that this gold's gonna pop up more. Yeah. I will say it was a good game. It was a bit of a teaching game. Trying to show someone how to play Warhammer, and then my other friend that I normally just play with, helping him run his army a bit more. We did a 3-way. I did Dark Angels, and then the guy I usually play with, he did Black Legion, and the other guy ran Custodes. I had fun. I felt bad for the guy running Custodes. Normally, Custodes are tough. We're all doing about 1,000 points, and my Black Legion buddy has Abaddon, and Abaddon is a infantry blender. So, sadly, Abaddon wiped the unit of Custodes and all that. And the guy was like, I think I'm just going to like watch you guys, because I only have a character, another unit, and Terminators left, and I don't think there's any way I can win. And I'm like, no, but you could do this and this. And he's like, no, I think watching will be better and I'll learn more. And I'm like, okay. So he watched play, or me and the Chaos guy play, and I lost heavily in points, but I was running the Lion in my list, and the Lion did his job. It was getting late. Well, turn 5, it was getting late, and I was like, hey, do you just want to do like a quick dice roll off to see like who like will win? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, we'll do initiative. We didn't do it for the Lion versus Abaddon because the Lion has fights first, so the Lion will always fight first, and he insta-killed Abaddon. Yeah, it's tough. I regret giving my friend Abaddon so early on, but he likes the model. He has fun doing that, so I don't blame him there. He definitely freaked out when I like, oh, I have the lion to like go against him. He's like, well, dude, you got Abaddon. Abaddon just did that. It's you have a nuke and now I have a nuke. So, just go back. Benwell going on my first game of classic Battletech at your local game store. And doing a 3,000 point army. And been painting them up as a certain house. Oh, pretty much a space Japanese. Well, that's cool. Battletech seems like a really cool game and stuff to try. So, I wish you luck with that. I think we're going to try next week playing Kill Team. Even though I do enjoy playing the larger games. Honestly, I think once I have this Knight Army done, I'd be like, the next time we do 1,000 points, new guy, you're going to run Knights. You're not going to win point-wise. You're just going to be a nuisance for both of us. And I kind of told them both, like, I'm tempted to run the Knights because, like, it doesn't, like, they are scary, but you're not going to win point game. They are going to be, they can die in the right circumstances pretty quick. Again, it is the right circumstances. I also don't think it helped that we played on a 4x8 table and we used the whole table. So I was crawling for 2 turns across the map just to get anywhere. And the other 2 were just next to each other, so. Or, and what I threw at them, is I can run 2,000 points, and the 2 of them can be 1,000 points each, and we can play a game and we can just wail on each other. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the game. I definitely think once I have these guys complete, I need to make a list, like an army list that I'm going to be using quite a bit more with my friends and local people and all that, and then branch out from there. But I don't really know either. I did start, or I ran a unit that I consider like it's a blender unit. It was a 6-man squad of Inner Circle companions led by a lieutenant. And that just felt like a blender going through. Any custom heroes you plan to do for your Space Marines? Yes, I want to see what their I want to see what the rules are. I did see some stuff, a little bit of it. If I do, I probably have like 2 custom characters I want to make. One being a captain, and the other one being a lieutenant. I don't have the lieutenant I can grab quickly, but the captain that I want to try making, if it's possible, is this guy. I want to see if I can make this guy into a custom character. See if there's some sort of option to be like a, I don't know, dual-wielding melee style guy. But we'll see. Other than that, I haven't really spent much time trying to like kit bash any. I haven't spent time trying to kit bash any models together and stuff. I will look into it. Might try to look through some of the older like models that they used to make and see if I can like make them for my own army. Like I know there used to be like a librarian, not ancient, librarian dreadnought. I know there was a Blood Angels thing. Apothecary on bike I've heard was a thing. Even though you can make one in the Dark Angels stuff, you can make an Apothecary and Ancient on bike. It's like the alternate version of the... I can't remember. That would be cool. I know I've heard from some people here that they want the buying point or like weapon, like buying weapon upgrade stuff to be a thing. Like, oh, if you want to run like a Hellblaster with like the really best gun, it costs this many points. I'm warming up to the idea, but as someone who's like liking the idea of free equipment and all that, I feel like I don't want to have to pay for the really good stuff. Like, I like the ability of just throwing on whatever I want and not having to worry about, like, oh, I'm paying this much for it. I understand magnets is the way to get around that, but not everything I have I want to magnetize. Sometimes I just want to glue it the way it is. How's it going, Olive? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well this evening and enjoying your Saturday so far. Don't mind me, I'm just painting up some little armatures. Thank you, Corrupted. Yeah, I spent some time off stream. Oh, no, I got that painted gold. And got both these guys around to the same state. I'd say out of these two, I am the biggest fan of this one right here. I just like the teal and yellow combination a lot more. Hey, Neo. What type of model car are you working on, Olive? God, it's been a while since I painted with gold. Might have to pull the Custodes out and use them for a bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, once it comes out and, like, I learn how it works and everything, it should be just fine. That'd be cool. It'd be cool for it being optional. Sounds like a cool car, Olive. I'm not much of a car person, but I know most... anything that they produce like for malls and stuff like that, I find are really cool. Yes, I did see it. I think I commented on it in the Discord how it reminded me heavily of like the Terminator and all that, with like the glowing eye and all the mechanical stuff on him. I think it's always cool to see everyone else's malls that they work on. I think actually after I finish these guys, meaning like the rest of the army I want to use for these guys. No, actually, after I finish the knights, I gotta do the Death Watch kill team I want to do for this army. And then Sisters of Battle as well. That's on the list. I think Sisters of Battle I will try to airbrush as much as possible just to get them done. I haven't even built them yet, so I'm thinking tomorrow when I go meet up with a friend and we do painting and stuff like that, I'm going to build them and try to get as many done as possible. Probably skip out on doing the custom bases and just let them be blank. I like that idea. A split, like for... honestly, a casual version of 40k would be awesome. Just like a... I feel like playing with the cards and stuff feel very competitive that way. Actually, I think the next time that I play with those three, I might be like, yo, if we want to do a big game, there is a way of playing that isn't just point scoring. But I think a casual way is awesome. Although that's kind of like what I look at Crusade is the more casual way of playing. It takes away the cards, which can be... those can be useful and help some people sometimes. But they feel more tournament focused when people use them. At least is how I feel on it. I've gotten better at understanding them now. Yeah, that is true. I want to do a crusade like with my friends and stuff so bad, but trying to get people into 40k is hard, and then teaching everyone the rules for it is even more difficult. I might actually ask my friend that plays Chaos, like, hey, the next time we play, can we just like remove Abaddon and a few others, and we'll make it feel more even that way? I think that's possible. Well, no, if it's me and him, I guess it's not that big of a deal. If we do another 3-person way, that's where I think I'm thinking. I could pull him in the call right now and talk him about it, but like he really wants to play Monster Hunter, and I'm down to play, but I also want to finish these guys up, so it's a hard choice. That's how I looked at it. I do want to do another community day some point soon. I'll definitely make that be the next one I do. And there. I think that gold looks pretty nice. I read into Kill Team's Crusade stuff once. I haven't seen anything in the new book about it, but I could try it. I could see what they have there. That's actually not a bad idea. Why don't you talk about your orcs a little bit, Neo? I do want to hear about them. I have heard about the brown as well, being like an easy paint to just go over gold with. I could do that, but I'm also happy just going over my gray and all that stuff. I haven't heard much about Blood Bowl. Be honest, it doesn't really interest me, but I haven't really delved that much into it either. But yeah, from what I understand, like Blood Bowl is rugby just on the tabletop. That's like very simplified, like on what I understand of it. Your tribe is called the Bolda Boys, who are bigger, clankier orcs who have covered themselves in clay mud as tradition, and soon the Wa energy has fused rocks and clay into their own skin. Ugh. I might take a look at it, see what it's all about. You know, I'll do one of his legs with the brown paint, and I'm going to do this side with just the pure gold going on. I feel like if I get in the Blood Bowl, I'm just going to stick with the Lizard Men. I've looked at Sigmar's all the other boxes. Besides the Stormcast, none of the other ones really kind of pique my interest. Well, the Undead one does, but like for the Undead, I want to do like a Vampire Lord and a bunch of skeletons. I don't like the horses in Sigmar. I don't know what it's about. Just horses in the model games, I'm not a fan of. Whew, excuse me. And I just like the skeletons in AOS so much. I never would have looked at them if it wasn't for the mini of the month. I think it was like one of them was a skeleton. Was the model of the month. I think they were coming out with like the new Skelly Boys. And I was like painting them up, and I'm seeing like how people kind of paint them a little bit. I'm like, these guys look really cool. And it kind of gives me the ability to do a not so good looking model, but still have it fit for what I want to do. I could pull it, the one guy I painted out. I don't have him easy. He's not easy access. So he will stay in storage. But there is one vampire model. There's a few vampire models I do want, but there's one that I really do want to kind of build and put together. And it's their undead dragon. The zombie undead dragon. I'm like, that looks so cool. Just have that as the leader of my skeleton army. Ugh. That's the problem. Like, honestly, if I do undead, I'm buying probably 2 spearhead boxes. The one that's like nothing but bone boys, and then the other one that's got vampires and bone boys. I think it's glorious. I would have never looked at them if it wasn't for the God, there's a couple, like, there's 2 Witch Hunter books that came out in Sigmar. I don't know when, but it follows a father and daughter duo that are going after his wife's, her mother's killer. I want to say Morgaine is the name. You've not missed much, Ando. I'm just sitting here doing trim, talking about Age of Sigmar. I think unironically, I am not unironically, but I think I have enough models to do a Chaos Spearhead for AOS. How's it going, Melody? Hope you're doing well this evening. I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised to see so many people here in general. But happy to have you all here. I agree with you with about half of that. The Stormcast and Seraphon are so cool. I should really finish the Seraphon Spearhead. I've had it for over a year. And it's in, like, the process of being built. I got one model complete, but I'm probably going to strip that and redo it. Just because I think I'm going to do with a different paint scheme than what I initially started. Thank you, Melody. I spent some time, like I said before, off stream painting up this guy. I got both models dry brushed with gunmetal because I said screw it with doing the blue. Not that it was terrible with the blue, but you can't really tell. And I'm trying to figure out what I do for the trim. As much as I want to use a metallic, I don't think metallic is going to work well with this particular color scheme. I think I might have to do an absent of color and actually paint it black instead, so that you're focused more on the color and less on the trim. But who knows? I thought about silvers, but the silvers are too close to blue in color. Thought about gold, but then it takes away from the yellow. I have like a shiny green, but that's just going to be looking weird. And I have a copper color, but it's far too red or orange. So I think I have to go with the absent of color in this situation. And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of just going in with black on the trim. I think I'm going to be very careful and use a contrast paint. I'm going to go at it with black Templar contrast paint. Could do that. Could certainly do that. I think it'd be really tough to dry brush though, because I'm probably going to... Because I'm talking about like this style trim. No, I haven't seen Table yet. I hope they're doing okay. I'm sure they're doing fine. They probably went to the doctors. The doctors were like, we'll do surgery. And he's currently being fixed up. Or, because it is Valentine's Day, he could be spending time with the ones he loves. I don't think he's dead. That is a good idea, Melody. I like that a lot. That's good to hear. I'm glad they enjoyed their flowers and all that stuff. And it makes the model look like it's made of metal, weathers and highlights at the same time. Kind of like ebony metal painted the new Huron. Oh yeah, I haven't seen... Well, I've seen him, but I haven't, like, seen him yet. Good to hear you got those completed, Ando. Now what you gotta do is you gotta re-gift them back to him. Well, no. Actually, keep them for yourselves. I think we had this conversation before. I'm still thinking about those Nemesis claws that I saw at the, or at my game store. I'm like, those guys just looked so good. They look like a fun group of Marines to use and run. I will check it out. There we go. I'd always say a lighter gray, but just if... But I was also going to say chat has some good suggestions every once in a while. I guess it does depend on how dark the gray is. It's gonna be so nice to actually glue these pieces together. I might actually be able to do that tonight with some of these guys. What would work with gray? Well, one, it depends on, it's kind of like a near black-gray in tone as a speed paint / contrast. You did post the model in the server for some pointers on the legs. I will take a look in a second. Really, at that point, you're just kind of adding color in, so it's up to you on what color you want to bring it to. But let's take a look and let's take a look at what you... Oh, I see. Okay. Would a bluish gray be a bad choice? What does Mouse say on this painting matter? I don't know. Mouse is speaking currently right now. They've given out a few suggestions. I feel like because you have a red, like a bluish gray would be good. Table, we were just speaking about you earlier. You live. What's up, Starfighter? Yeah, I'd say for like tabletop ready, that's there. It's perfect. If you want to do some extra stuff, then yeah, go with. I feel like a bluish gray would be good. Let's see how does this brown gonna look with the gold then going on top. I can only picture the next time I have some money. I'm gonna spend over $177 on 2 boxes of models. Not that I want to actually, probably not. Maybe I'll wait until I'm in North Carolina, and then I'll buy models, because I know there's a game store down there that I can get a 15% discount on, and it'll be a lot cheaper to buy than there. One of them is going to be a Kill Team box. So I want to buy the Nemesis Claws. No, not 50, 15. 15%. Not 50 Melody. I apologize about that. I thought I said 15 clearly enough. Oh. I do not have a bird video. I need to do that. I can try to do one tomorrow. For me, 15 is amazing because there's nowhere around here that does a 15% discount, it's full price and then tax on top. So 15 is like a goddamn godsend to me. Although if I really want an even higher discount, I can drive all the way to Canada and buy Warhammer models there, but that's a whole other expense. Hey Hannibal, it's good to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope that commission is coming along nicely. I'm glad you stopped by to say hello. And I wish you the best the rest of your evening. Trying to think what would be worth, like how far would it be worth driving to get a good discount on Warhammer stuff? How can you get that? Actually, I will say correction, I can get a discount at a store. I just don't ask. It's an hour drive to do that, but I might actually start doing that. Honestly, fuck it. I'll start doing that. Hannibal, your sleep schedule is more important than my streams. Get rest. These will always be here in the future. I'd rather see anyone, and this just means like everyone in the future, I'd rather see y'all take care of yourselves. I appreciate the support and all that stuff, but I'd rather see you all happy and healthy. My content will be here, so it doesn't matter. I don't usually buy online. If I do like Amazon, it's about like a 15 or so % discount. eBay, I can get it around the same price as Amazon or cheaper, as long as it's not too old of a model. If I really want a big discount, I go on Facebook Marketplace, and usually that's buying like hundreds of dollars worth of models in order to like save a little bit cheaper. Good night, Hannibal. Hold on, before I forget. Ando, I feel like you're very right that most everyone here is from overseas. Well, overseas for me. And plays Chaos. I feel like sometimes I'm the only Imperium person on my own damn channel. But in reality, I realize the world is Chaos. So it only makes sense that other people are Chaos. Wow, I was not expecting it. This red actually makes the brown look really good. What the hell? It's not a color I'm going to stick with for the trim on all of it, but why does brown... Okay, for you guys, it probably doesn't look good. For me, it looks good. Like, the red makes it look like a really dark like patine copper, if that makes sense. I'm gonna have to try that the next time. The plan is after I'm done with the brown, I'm gonna throw on gold, and I'll see how it looks. I'm experimenting. I'm okay with this model being an experimentation. Also, I realize you're crooked. Maybe that's better. Ooh, yeah, true. I'll look at the discount I can get at this other store. The other store is run by my friends, so that's why I'm able to get a discount. Christmas color for your night? Actually, yeah, I guess this is a Christmas colored night. I will not speak more of the store, but they pretty much told me that I could get Warhammer at their wholesale price, like what they order from GW is what I can pay for my Warhammer stuff. So I'm like, okay, if there's anything I want, I'll think on it. The problem is that I got a store that's 30 minutes closer than my friend's store. So I end up just spending my time going there and shopping there. Nothing like spreading Christmas joy with 2 autocannons. God, should I name this something after Christmas? I kind of want to now. I can call it Santa's Joy. Hey, y'all. I'm here to spread some Santa's joy. Have you been a good little boy or Xenos? No? Well, that's fair. No Xenos is ever truly good. Burn for the Emperor. Burn! That's a clip right there. At least it feels like a clip. Santa's little elf. They're very warm after the battle and perfect to snuggle with. Oh. Sounds like Vulcan and that Eldar child right there. Oh, you know what I've been getting a lot of clips for Christmas? Or not clips for Christmas. What I've been getting a lot of clips of recently is Sir Duncan the Tall, the new like Game of Thrones spin-off show that's come out. I'm making some clips of that. That looks kind of good and I want to watch that. Look at this cool Christmas trick. I'm going to turn your family into red mist. Let's see what they shit. Oh, you remember back in 2021, there was a lot box in your local game store with a lot of old Epic 40K models and Battletech minis for $1 each. You now have a first edition 40K robot and Epic Magnus the Red. That is cool. Very cool. You would suggest to black out the details on Santa's chariot carapace with like 2 black panels in between the chimneys. You're saying make these be black? the points that I'm pointing at? The Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Okay, you're saying make that black. I could do that. I could do that. Because it's clearly Christmas right now. Yeah, that's why you started the Christmas stuff. Let me get this cleaned. The more darker you... Oh, the more darks you have, the brighter the light. True. Very true. Color theory jump scare. I could see that. I could see the green trying to be the star of the show. I think the real star of the show is the model in its whole integrity is the real star of the show. Yeah, I know last time, I think it was email that said I should try silver, but I wanted to use gold, and I think the gold turned out a lot nicer. Not a lot nicer. I think it turned out nicer than I expected, because I thought the green and red were very dark in color, so I wanted the trim to kind of be something brighter that caught my eye. Why should you do that, Ando? Whoop. Because it's funny. Okay, I guess. Is it just that you mess up, like, the ant scent trail to get back home so it can't figure out how to get back? That reminds me of a post I saw. Someone said that when they'd set out like a cube of sugar or something for like in front of an ant, and it couldn't bring it back, so the ant would leave to go get its colony to go bring back the sugar. But once the ant left, the person would pick up the sugar and like just get rid of it, so that when the ant returned with its colony, the other ants would think that ant was crazy and not being truthful on what it found. So just another way of messing with an ant. Okay. Oh, like they gave the ant the raw, like they sprayed the ant with a different scent. So like the ants were like thinking it was an intruder, but it wasn't. That's too much gold. Okay, let's see how this works. And it definitely looks cleaner now. The gold trim, I mean, not this whole... I can see the other colors underneath a little bit. I just think it's fully painted gold now. So that does trick the brain. Are you sure they weren't termites, Table, and they were just trying to get at your wood? Yeah, they could have been carpenter ants, too. That's something I didn't think about. Freaky termites. That they were. What else am I thinking and whatnot? I hope you all can see okay. I do realize it's a little bit further. I think it just starts with, like, it depends on the ant. Well, depends on some certain circumstances, but also depends on the kind of ant. If it's a common ant, and that's a very broad term, it depends on what you have for materials and resources around your house. If you have a lot of resources that an ant likes in your home, then an ant is going to start invading and making nests inside your home and building a colony in there. Now, if it's a carpenter or termite, so like a carpenter ant is different from a termite, but they do the same thing. Termites eat the wood and turn it into nutrition to, well, obviously eat. I don't know much about ant biology. This is just basic what I think I understand. A carpenter ant will eat the wood, but they will go after better stuff as well. They use the wood as more of a ant nest material. that will be stronger or more resilient than, you know, the dirt or stuff like that. Nature is diabolical. I don't think termites exist in your area. You never know. You really don't, with how, like, there's certain insects that are not native to where I live, but they got brought here by plants that got shipped from other countries to my country. Wait, you just realized why I said, oh, were they termites? It could be. Or table could be one of those fake table could be a fake table. But where I'm from, we are dealing with, like, we're dealing with some worm that we're finding in our, it's not in my state yet, but it's been found, like, in the town over the border. So, like, I'm pretty sure it is in my state, and it is not beneficial at all to anything. Not in your compost. Like, if you find it in your compost, get rid of it, burn it, because it's just going to eat and not put anything good in. Okay. That's fine. You could still be a plastic table. You can say you're a stone table. You could be a glass table. You could be a table of many things. If you want to... I'm just going to assume you're a wooden table from your picture. God, now I'm picturing table on table violence. I'm not a table, though. God, what... Would that be... What is violence on a table? Like, what's the definition of that? Is that, like, furniture abuse? Is that wear and tear? I have no idea now. Deconstruction. Desks are very nice. I am more of a fan of a desk, but I would say if you're moving, go for a folding table, because you never know how long you're going to be at a place, and it's easier to pack up a folding table than it is a full wooden desk. Dude, I've had to, like, solo move before. It is not fun. I'm trying to think. I think I did get help to move my desk into my office at my first, like, own apartment. But I remember, like, solo bringing up my like own bureau and my bed. That sucked doing it solo. And with the bureau, I pulled that up. You missed nothing, Jake. Why was your second message about your ass? Why? I just realized that you said that. People had it coming. Oh, God. No, I can read, but, like, why share that? Why is that your first thought? Like, oh, I need these people on the internet to know that this is what's going on in my life. But hey, you know what? I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to share your problem. And I'm also glad that you're willing to share it because now I can call you out on it. Because you got to complain somewhere. Fair, I guess. Chat Civil War. Ugh. Okay, now we just gotta do the two-headed eagle in between his legs. That's fair. That's fair, Jake. Night shifts are not fun. My sister, like, left a little while ago for her night shift. And she just spent the full day, like, working. Like, doing horse's feet, and I just feel bad for her. Just seeing her work herself and all that. Those chair stools are fake furniture? I don't know if I'll ban Jake for that. That seems like a very... I'm not sure where to go with that, but... I don't think I will remove a person that has donated $2 to me for table-on-table violence. The implications. None of you wusses have it in you for healthcare. What? No comment on that, Starfighter. I have no comment. Do I want to comment either? God, what if this is what does my channel in? Table racism. Yeah, certainly. I can certainly do that. So, little close up here. I'm just working on the trim. Past couple streams, I have done the green and red on this guy. I'm just doing the eagle right now in between his legs. And I think I should probably do the chains and the smoke pipes, and I gotta do the little skull on his shoulder. Let's see, what else do I also have to do for this guy? I gotta do his head as well. I gotta do the eye lenses and some other little things like that. Well, thank you. I'm I'm starting to like my choices. This guy was a little bit of a... It was 50-50 on how I feel about him. I'm liking him more now with the gold. This other one, I'm much more of a fan. It's more of a beach color. What are you guys on about? What? Why are y'all like this? You know what? There could be worse things you guys say than your conversation about tables. I didn't realize that. It could be the Holy Knight of Sweden. That's a really good point made. I never thought about that, but I actually love that. I probably should be keeping with chat. I guess I would ask, okay, the whole table thing started with ants. The whole conversation started about ants and how Table was like talking about them. And then I realized like 5 minutes later, 15 minutes later, on what I was implying with the termites. And he was saying he was a stone table, he swears. And now we got into a whole conversation about different table antitheses, I guess. Is that what I understand? Honestly, I respect them for choosing to stay focused on what's on screen and not what's going on in chat. You know what? Then let's just de-escalate it. Let's just de-escalate it. We don't listen to what Jake has to say, because Jake just likes to stir the pot. Because, well, just because. Wait a minute, what? Did it actually? You know, I've never been to IKEA. Oh! Okay, I'm going to talk about SCPs for a second. For those that know what SCPs are, I find the Infinite IKEA fascinating. It's not my most favorite SCP, but I've seen a couple short, like, animated stuff on it. And it is interesting to see the ecology and the... Yeah, I'm talking about SCPs here. I'm in the Warhammer. You don't think I know about SCPs? I started with SCPs on YouTube before I even got into Warhammer. I think the infinite IKEA is... Autism moment? What do you mean autism moment? I got no autism. You can't prove it. But... No, I remember watching one animation. It might be about the guy that, like... They're a D-class member... But they can't die. Every time they die, they just, like, respawn as their previous self. Or, like, they come back with their old memories and stuff. God, is the food even any good at IKEA? The only thing I know about, like, the food at IKEA is the meatballs. That's a very judgmental term there, table. I want to see your statistics. I want to see your... Show your homework. Show your paperwork on if that's true. Show a Venn diagram. The only thing I know they serve at IKEA is Swedish meatballs. You know, I should look up where the nearest IKEA is, and actually take a look at it. Yeah. I don't know, I wanted something that just kind of showed, like, my little brush on screen, or I don't know, showed that I held something and not just bopped up and down like the weird abomination that I am on here. I will admit, I thought about it just being a knife to begin with, but then I realized that's probably not safe for YouTube, so I just made it a paintbrush. God, what are you saying? It's simple if the internet says you're something, you're something. Now, if you pardon me, I have to go. Best of luck with that, Jake. Oh, jeez. I think so too. I think it was a better choice and it was a good choice. The only reason why I wanted to do anything different was just either I thought it was funny. No, it was mostly just because I thought it'd be funny. Oh god, now I really want to play I really want to play an old D&D character. I've already talked about them once on the channel. I want to play my little lizard again for D&D. And I just want him to be the most ready to throw down with anybody possible. God, I'm so excited. So tomorrow, which I'm kind of hoping for, I'm meeting up with friends to talk about, like, making characters for D&D. I hope we meet up tomorrow. Because I want to bring back Sap so much right now. Oh God. Is Jake okay? Has Jake fully hurt himself? He'll be fine. Someone call an ambulance, but not for me. That's a weird meme to throw out, but I'm throwing that out there. All good. The character that I'm talking about is one that I played years ago. It's actually the reason why I am a little salamander on screen currently. It was a awakened lizard that was 6 inches tall and wide. So a complete sphere, pretty much. Besides his arms and legs. And he was, 6 inches tall and wide. He started off as a ranger. And I multi-classed him into a wizard. And I made him exactly the max amount of weight that you could be. That would allow Mage Hand to fly things around. So he would fly around on Mage Hand, shooting toothpicks at the enemy and casting spells. And he was extremely unwelcoming to anything that was human. And I would test people by placing a marshmallow in front of them and telling them, like, it's theirs, they can do whatever they want with it. Anyone that ate the marshmallow, he would put into his bad list. And anyone that did not eat the marshmallow were put onto his friends list. I guess so. I guess he was a Dark Fae Tinkerbell. God, that's actually hilarious now. I kind of can picture that now. Just my little guy, but with wings. And he did have a little sidekick. His little sidekick was a very round and pudgy mouse. That his name was Mouse. So, Sap had a pet mouse. He also had a familiar called Owl. He was very, very original with names. And one of my favorite things to do with him, at least it was a way to, like, get people to interact with him in a, like, interesting way. How's it going, Clownfish? In the D&D server I was in, you could go fishing. And of course he's a little salamander, so I'd have him go fishing just using himself as bait. He would get captured or attacked by these fish. And he would then pull... I would look up the max size that these fish could be. So I would have him pull up, like, an arapaima. Or, like, a muskie or a giant catfish. Just out of these bodies of water and bring them back to the tavern. And he would always fight these fish with a wooden spoon. So yeah, that is the story of my most favorite character. Now, I will go back on chat and have to read a lot. I just wanted to finish my story before I distracted myself. But I'm thinking of... Actually, we're all thinking in this newest one of playing as dwarves that might be brothers. I thought about doing like this paladin-like character. But now that I think about it, I might just try to make Cousin It from the Addams Family, but a dwarf. And if you know who Cousin It is the really hairy guy. You're welcome. I'm always down to share stories about my old D&D characters. Especially that one. That one was my most favorite. God. What have you guys talked about so far? You got invited to play D&D yesterday, but you're thinking about it and you're not going to? Why not? Why not, Melody? Okay, and Starfighter's talking about cracking a back and calling an ambulance. Cool. You're not calling an ambulance, you still have them. Jake is making allegations against himself. Jesus Christ. Fair enough, Melody. Just do what you are comfortable with and go from there. And that's your thing too. You can also tell them like, hey, I'm not so comfortable. I don't know your situation on who you're going to be playing with, all that stuff. What I am going to say is that if the DM that's running the game is like, we're doing a session 0, we all sit down, we all talk about the settings, we all make characters together, and we just kind of talk about what we're all comfortable with, that's a good start to a DM. That is someone who is wanting to put everyone on the same page about what they're expecting to get out of this. You prefer just to lie? I don't know. I don't know if I can help there then. Actually, if we're going by that logic, maybe playing a rogue would be perfect for you. A rogue or a bard. And you just roll deception checks all the time. What'd you say, Table? If you can give it a try... Oh, you're talking about... That's not the... Agreed. I do agree with that, Starfire. Starfighter, I mean. I think I just got a little bit left to do on this guy, but I think his lower legs are done, besides the chain. And then... What do I got to do up here? I gotta do the bone. I'll do that black. I thought about doing this gold, but I think I'm gonna skip on that. Oh, I just realized there's a part I missed on there that I could do gold. They're right. Think of all the lying you could be doing on D&D. Uh... Ooh. That's very true, Table. It's very true. Okay, we are going to pull out this little number. I do see your message, Ando. I do see it. I'm curious what messages you're sending that are not going through. It really does have some weird censoring. That's possible. That's very possible, Table. You need to appease the machine spirits. I'm going to just take it out of the pot, and it's going to go on way too thick, but I'm going to spread it as much as I can. What's up, Dead? Good to see you here. I'm very happy with it going with what I got going on here. I'm not looking forward to all that censorship. I mean, yes, there should be some censoring, but I don't need this AI stuff looking through everything that I got going on. It can stay out of my stuff. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, we're going to just do a big scoop and just set that all right there. Oh, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be. I know someone said earlier about a white cross, and this would be the perfect Sweden flag. I'm so tempted to do that just on where it connects here, but I feel like that might take away from some stuff. I did hear about that. I should do that. I should adhere to the rule of heraldry. Okay. I will give it a try. I hated all the AI ads from the Super Bowl. I know a lot of you are overseas people. I guess one of our national sports. I don't even like the goddamn sport. It's big like show, which that was a terrible fucking game. Sorry for my language, but oh, the Patriots played like shit. There was so many ads for AI, like use AI, use AI. We want you to use AI. Like the more I saw it, the less I want to use AI. And I didn't want to use AI to begin with. I was like, you're showing me everything here that looks worse than what a person has made. The AI, not the ads that people actually made looked 100 times better than any AI ad I saw. Not a single one I thought was good. I knew the Pepsi one wasn't AI. I think the Budweiser one was not AI, which I found funny because I was literally talking to someone about, hey, remember when people stopped drinking Budweiser because of like their promotion for some person, which I thought the whole thing was kind of the whole stuff on that was stupid. I don't know about the subject. It's just in general I'm calling it stupid. And like people forgot about it and now they drink the beer again. And literally we saw the Budweiser ad and I'm like, I told you, give it a couple years and they'll go back to their main thing and convince people to drink them again. But yeah, oh god, our initial topic was the Discord stuff. I did see about that and that they're already scrubbing. I'm a little bit concerned if they have what is there shit? There's so much focus. I'm concerned they'll look at my stuff and be like, oh, this is a child. And I'm like, no, I'm an adult. And then they're going to be like, well, prove it with your ID. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I am an adult. Give me back my damn account. Oh, definitely. Going back on what you're saying, basically Discord has none of your info. Oh, says none of your info will go away from your device, and their partner information privacy. But I feel like if you go into I don't remember the name of the company, but the company they're using, like this program or stuff for is known as like a data broker site or something like that, like a place that does store your information. That's true too. As a private citizen, I feel like you should. I feel like we all should care. I will admit, I thought about just being like, screw it. I'm going to just stop being online. But then I thought, well, I do enjoy being on here, so I think I have to stay on for that. How is Italy this time of year, Melody? I'm going to just change subject. I will say Italy is on my list of places I want to visit. If I'm lucky, I will visit it this year. If I'm not so lucky, it will be next year. Oh, that's right. We do have the Winter Olympics going on. God, how's that even going? I don't even know how that's going. Okay, I'm picturing this as the map. I guess it makes sense. It would be... I guess it would be kind of cold for you guys. Whew, excuse me. Sports aren't my thing either, but I feel like the Olympics is one of those... You watch it because it's supposed to, like, bring everybody together in thoughts. Wow. I apologize about all the yawning. It's probably pretty late. Is the Luke the one where they're like all in a sled together and they have to go down this like ice thing? I say that because I remember seeing a clip of like the Olympics, and I think it was the U.S. team were going. Oh, it might have been toboggan. It might have been like the toboggan course. Oh, the bobsled. Okay. There was one team that like one person got in the sled, but the rest of them did not. Yeah. Jesus Christ, I feel like you guys need sleep. I mean, I appreciate you guys being here, but... Get some rest. Oh, really? That is no brakes, just straight up. I stop if I stop. That's crazy, but I love that at the same time. Yeah, it was all steering, no brakes. Something great, at least 8 hours. Okay, but like, what I'm saying is, okay, I don't know your guys' lives or schedules and all that stuff. If you're just waking up to get ready for your day and all that stuff, awesome, I'm glad to have you here. But if it's to the point like, oh, I should probably go to bed because it's so like early in the morning, then that's what I'm saying. Go to bed, get some sleep. But if you're just waking up to start your day, that's fine. So it's almost midnight for you. Another 2 hours, less than 2 hours, we got Starfighter in his AM phase. Ugh. Wait a minute. Is it 10:19 for you right now, Starfighter? Well, I appreciate y'all being here. I will say that again. Just when I hear these time frames, I'm like, why are people up this early? I hate being up this early. But then I gotta realize, everyone has different lives. Everyone has jobs that might require them to wake up this early in the morning to get ready. No, that's fully fair. Starfighter. God, I still want to call you F10 so bad. But I guess F104. Welcome to F104.5, your morning radio. Nothing but smooth beats, and I don't want to finish the rest of that. I don't want to finish the rest of that. You think it's some ADHD? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, God. Honestly, I think I most likely do have ADHD. Because if you look at how this channel has gone, there are very few models that I've done on this channel to full completion. At most, I will stick with a project for 2 weeks and then switch to something different. At least that's how I look at it. No, I have not tried Gunpla before. Actually, Warhammer is the very first model making I've ever gotten into. I did it for fun because I was looking for something to do to get out of my apartment and like meet new people. So I started building and painting Warhammer and learning the game on how to play. And it's been a year. No, it's been 2 years. No, it's been like a year and some months. And I've met some cool people. I don't play as many games as I probably should. I've been trying to get my friends into it for a while, and I've been unsuccessful multiple times. But I think I'm going to get into some different stuff. But I'd be interested in looking at it. My main interest is more like building and creating stuff. It just so happens with I appreciate that. Yeah, it's almost been 2 years of doing this, and I wish I went at it a lot slower than what I currently have, I will say. But with that being said, I should do the trim on this lovely fella. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I don't. If I have something sitting on the shelf, it either, in my opinion, should be a really cool and unique object, or something that I will use quite a bit. Do the cross first with the airbrush. I'm not going to do it with the airbrush, because if I do it with the airbrush, it's going to spray white all over the model. I have to hand paint this. My airbrush does not do a very fine look at all. I don't think it's Gunpla, but I did build a model that wasn't Warhammer. I bought the Going Merry a while ago, and I put it together, and I had a lot of fun building and putting together. Do masking tape? I could. But I'm probably going to be difficult with myself and just do... I don't know. Do I really want to do the white? I kind of like the way it looks right now. Yeah, I know. I want to get the... I think it's the Oral Jackson is the name of Roger's ship. That's the next one I want to get and have, but... I don't know if I want to do the cross. I think I just like it like this. And that's what makes me happy, and I'm the one that's I'm the one that's doing that, and that's what matters. Okay. You make a good point. You do make a good point. I don't know if I have any that I actually would enjoy. I can take a look at those. Also, panel liners on the carapace? What are you talking about? What is a panel liner? This is what I need, or I'm going to use real quick. The 8th MS team is a Gundam, but without pilot armor protectors. Need to actually... Let's put these heads in their places. Oh, it's like super runny paint. Or super runny speed paint. Okay. I would have to look it up. Oh, wow, that looks a little bit thick on the sides. Put you there. Just trying to make it work. Let's give that a really good shake. I don't think you're wrong in that line of thought. Honestly, no, I will say you are not wrong. You missed me finishing the trim and doing the bone stuff on these guys, and now I'm doing the trim on this model. I think everyone hopes, well, besides myself, I think everyone kind of hopes that GW does more Blood Angel stuff. I think the black is a good choice from already what I am doing and seeing here. I just have to be very careful not to get it on the bright colors because it will take forever. Jeez. Why does that have to be your hashtag? try and get... I should paint the trim black, and then where the little skull is on his shoulder, I should do as a silver color, so it kind of pops a little bit. I think that's what I'll do. I think it will look amazing. I don't like my models having nipples to begin with, so I will say that with a straight face. And oh boy, I'm being risky here, I feel like. What's wrong with it? I don't like looking at nipples on models. That's just a personal thing. I feel uncomfortable with it. Okay, that's fine. They can have those. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit of a prude, but that's just me. I don't want to see shirtless, muscular men. I want to see them in their power armor, covered in blood and gore on battle, or in battle. Maybe a helmet half broken through combat, with the fury of battle burning in their eyes. That's what I want to see. Well, I know they're just on the armor. I've seen those before, but I'm not... I don't know. It's just weird to me. Oh, I touched the yellow? No. I might have actually touched it. I don't know, though. I definitely touched it there. Oh my flippin' lords. Why is this the conversation we're having today, folks? We talked about chair racism. Now we're talking about this. This doesn't feel like a very chill subject to talk about. This is Warhammer and chill, and not Warhammer and... I don't want to say what I was going to say. What if the Emperor actually removed them? Like, what if the Emperor removed all forms of stuff like that from the Custodes and Space Marines? I can handle genocide, but no nipper. Oh, Lord. God, if I ever go through and actually edit this stuff, they don't. It just gets internally recycled forever. Space Marines don't die from combat. They die from sepsis. Sepsis? Septis? I can't say it correctly. So yeah, so every time a Space Marine has died by being ripped in half by a Carnifex or a Hive Tyrant, they actually died from sepsis. They didn't die from being ripped in half. They died from sepsis. And that is true, proper Imperium propaganda right there. That's more propaganda. The only units in the entire Imperium that are allowed to have chest armor like that are the Sisters of Battle. And even then, it's heavily regulated. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. What's up, Kurt? Welcome to the stream. Table, you reminded me of a clip I saw, but now that we got other people here, I don't want to bring it up. Yes, you are very much true, Starfighter. Is the chest armor on the Sisters of Battle? It's actually not that bad. I'm looking at it right now, and they definitely... Fan art makes it look a lot worse than what it actually is. Do, 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 do. No, I got some paint on the blue. Oh no. Oh, nice. Yeah, what color scheme did you do? You have the World Eater army in red, so you wanted this guy to stand out. So you did blue, white, and gold. Oh, that's so cool! I probably could have done that, but I am going to hit these with a wash at some point. So I think it will work out in the end. Okay, there we go. It's not? The Discord's not in the YouTube description anymore? Like, the channel description. Does one physically need to eat a world to be called a world eater? Or does one need to destroy the population of a world so it's unlivable to be a world eater? Is that not what Korn does? Korn asks you to collect the skulls, rot the bodies in the ground, burn the world before you, consume it in the endless fire of war. War consumes all. War shall burn the galaxy. Well, I mean, the only part of the body I've ever heard the World Eaters use are the skulls and the blood. So I assume the rest just rots in the ground from battle. So I guess it would feed Nurgle's plague garden, them rotting in the ground. Or maybe the bodies just line the beaches of Khorne's blood resort. Forearms for the forearms throne. Sure. If you want to invite him, you can. I will check it out in a moment, Kurt. I'm going to, get this paint off this brush and go from there. Yeah, I know Nurgle and Tzeentch really hate each other, and Slaanesh and Khorne really hate each other. Whoa. I am just looking at Neo's, like, orc on a giant squig. That is awesome looking. I don't know if that's actually working the way, but I did not see the models that you posted yet. Oh, never mind. I found them. I just need to scroll down. Jesus Christ. Whoa. And that's a very good, nice Salamander's army right there. I like that. Oh, that's a very bright green for the World Eaters. Oh, jeez. I just realized it sent it twice. On me. Okay. What else we got? I gotta read that in the book. Table, if you're hesitating on it, then don't get it. If you don't think it's safe or stuff like that, then don't worry about it. Okay. For a minute. For a minute. Do 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 do. For a minute. For a minute. keep running away from me. From me. Yes, it's almost 11 my time, but it is a Saturday and I do not work tomorrow. So I go until I drop. With that being said, I don't know if I'm meeting up for Friends of D&D tomorrow, and it's an hour drive to go meet up with him, so maybe you're right, I probably should get sleep. I do plan on streaming tomorrow night as well. I don't know what I will do tomorrow. Yeah, I don't plan on doing any not safe for work stuff in my channels. That is not a line I want to go down whatsoever. I've known people that have been a part of those, and I don't interact with those people anymore. Really? You guys can see that? You can view the chat history in the roles channel. Are you talking about like the private channel? Like, can you actually see that? There's not anything bad in the private channel I'm first going to talk about. It's just one that... When I first made this, I invited all my friends, and we used it to talk and play games in. So I just took this old Discord and turned it into my channel Discord. So there's nothing bad to hide in there. Oh, in the welcome section. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because the welcome section used to be the general chat, so you can see from when the chat first really started. I don't remember what was said in those and how far back that even goes. I don't think there's anything bad that was said. I say that, but who knows? It's the roles and extra channel in the welcome tab. Oh, it's roles and extra. So if I go roles and extra, I don't have anything. I just got a message saying like, if people wanted to do roles and stuff like that. I had selection. No one's ever done anything with that, so sorry. I'm like sidetracking myself. Ando, I would stop asking about it. It's not a thing. Like, Gooner is a sexual thing, and it's not something that I am going to explain or have talked about on this channel. Because I don't know the age of everybody, and I don't want to be the person that tells people what that is. If you have Google, you can look it up on your own. I am not going to be the guy to tell you what that is. Or anyone in this chat. No one here is going to explain what that is. I apologize if I sound aggressive, but that is just not a topic we need to get into. Yeah, I assume everyone in this chat is over 18, and then I get hit and realize that no, you're not all 18. You're not all adults. Just because I've been around before YouTube was created. Well, it's good to know that you're definitely... Okay, it's definitely good to know that Kurt's in a proper spot, but yeah. Yeah, that's true. The younger generation know a lot more what's going on than what I do. It's crazy to think that I'm older than YouTube. And I don't consider myself that old. At least I think I'm older than YouTube. When was YouTube created? Was it the early 2000s is when YouTube was made? Oh. Okay, well, if Ando was 2 years old, we gotta ban him. Because no one over the age of... I don't know. I feel like if you're just... like 2, then you're not good to be here. Oh, God. Goodbye, table. Enjoy the rest of your evening. With that being said, I might do the same. Keyword is might. From what I understand, I think YouTube was like early 2000s is when it was created. I know I'm older than Minecraft. Minecraft came out when I was 13. And that was 2012. Actually, YouTube might have been around before. I'm gonna look up when YouTube was made. Yeah, I am old in YouTube. YouTube was made on February 14th, 2005. February was made on, I guess today is Valentine's Day. YouTube was officially founded on February 14th by former PayPal employee Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jod Camry. The domain name YouTube.com was registered on Valentine's Day with the first video, Me at the Zoo, uploaded on April 23rd, 2005. Wow. In 2005, I was 7. I was 7 years old when YouTube came out. YouTube is very old. There are going to be generations of kids that won't even know what life like was before the internet. I grew up during the time, at least where I was from, that they were starting to train us on how to use computers. Like my grade in elementary school was the last grade to learn cursive. We were learning cursive and learning how to type on a computer at the same time. Because they still expected us to be able to write letters and sign documents, which, yes, you do need to learn how to sign with like a signature to do that stuff. But I doubt anyone younger than... God, anyone younger than me really knows how to do it. Okay, so anyone younger than the age of like 16. The age of 16, I don't think knows how to do cursive and all that. Throw rocks at each other? We did do that. I can confirm that happened. We played outside and we used our imaginations to have fun and create games. God. I remember in elementary school, my friends, they all pretended to be animals with like superpowers. And we're like fighting crime and doing all this other stuff. Just being weird kids is what I remember. It wasn't. It was actually very nice. Life was simpler. I mean, being a kid, life is always simpler, but yeah, that's good context. If they don't mind sharing, but the more the conversation is going on, I'm expecting them to say like in the teens. You're good, Ando. You don't need to be sorry about it. I do miss the early days of that. Enjoy the rest of your evening, man. Ando said buy 3 times. I can see that now. You grew up playing Skyrim. Which version of Skyrim? Because there's many different versions of Skyrim out right now. So that is an important question to ask. But I will take it back. You don't need to tell us. I am being a nosy Nelly and I do not need to know. I need to keep that information. Yeah. Yeah. No. Let's just not discuss it and talk about it. But yeah, life was different before the internet. Some things are better now with the internet, and some things are worse. Good night, Kurt. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day. Wow, that black really was a good choice. That is gorgeous. I love that. That's so cool. I do have the legs, but I think I'm also going to go to bed as well. It is 11:11. Go ahead and make a wish for all those that are within my time zone. What I will say is, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to help support the channel and see new stuff get done and all that stuff, I have a Ko-Fi you can donate to. It just helps with hiring either editor or equipment or all that stuff. Also, if you want to be a part of the community, I have a Discord in my channel description. It is completely free to join. Just come and like show off your Warhammer stuff, anything that you do, cosplay, woodcraft, metalcraft. I want to see it all. I need to post more of that stuff on my channel. I haven't gotten around to it, but that's a personal thing. But with that all being said, you don't have to do any of that stuff from beforehand. Just having you here, chatting, being a part of the community, hanging out, lurking, all that stuff. That's more than enough. That's literally all that I could ask for. So, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.